Welcome to the third video in the Baseball Betting 101 series. Today, we are going to be talking about team totals. Team totals have been, at least last year, one of my favorite bets. They've always been a solid, profitable bet, and if you play it the right way, it can be really beneficial. Today is the third video in this series. I highly recommend you check out the other videos in the series. I would also ask that in the comments you put any sort of feedback or any additional ideas that you may have for videos to kind of help me out. I still do have a list, but it is nice to know that I am helping you guys out by making videos about things in particular. So team totals, it goes without saying, but we need the team to score enough runs to obviously cover that line. And I'll pull the graphic up behind me here. So in this example here, for this is the full game team total. A full game team total is going to be bigger than the first five team total because obviously it's the full game compared to the half, which is what the first five is. So in this example here, we need to go over 5 or 4 runs depending on which team we chose. The Dodgers team total is over 4.5, so we need 5 runs to cash that throughout the 9 innings. And then for the Padres, we're at the 3.5, so we need 4, of course, to cash in that one. So a couple, tips or pointers, I guess you can say, for betting the full game team total. It's not a requirement, but it is smart to bet on the visiting team. I talked about this in one of my previous videos, that the game line video, I believe it was, that the home team, there is a chance that they will not bat just based off the rules of baseball. If they are winning and the time comes to the bottom of the ninth, there is no use for them to bat, so they won't. So it's smart to bet on the away team because you guarantee yourself that extra ninth inning at bat compared to the potential of losing it. And it might not matter. You maybe would have cashed, but you don't want to be in a spot where you're just hoping that the visiting team can tie it up so the home team can then turn around and bat. There's nothing wrong with playing a home team total. However, it is just a little easier in the sport of baseball to play in a way. It's also really important to make sure that you guys know about the weather. I'm going to make another video about weather, ballpark factors, everything like that. But if you have like an extreme wind blowing in, you probably don't want to play a team total because that ball's not going to travel as well, especially if it's cold or low humidity or something like that. You want to play those games where the ball's going to be flying out of the park. We're going to have a lot of home runs, a lot of doubles, extra base hits, everything like that. You don't want to play a game where those fly balls are stopped at the warning track and they're getting easy outs, or anything along those lines. So those are a couple just little tips to betting the full game team total. And then if we look at the first 5 team total, this actually is kind of in different spots. I believe FanDuel has it. We're still just looking at DraftKings here, but this is the same concept, but it's just the first half of the game. So in this bet, we don't have to worry about messing with a visitor or home team or anything like that, as it's going to end at the bottom of the 5th, and both teams are going to get their at bats in that in that time frame. In this bet, you are generally attacking either hot bats or you're going after a pitcher that's starting. There's certain pitchers that I loved last year to bet on the first 5 team total, as they simply just got banged up early. There were some pitchers that were only going 5 innings. They were only going 3 or 4 innings because they were just getting banged up so bad in the beginning, and they were giving up a ton of runs within that time frame, and we were going way over. Guys like Graham Ashcraft, Jordan Lyles, there's a guy on the Tigers. I can't think of his name for now, but these guys were giving up a lot of runs in the early innings. And they were ones that you wanted to attack the opposing team totals, in that time frame. So in conclusion, short video. I don't want you guys to sit here and talk, forever. Just a kind of introductory to the bet here. Team totals is a great prop to bet on when you want action on the game, but you don't want to worry about a specific offensive player. We have the whole team available to us to get going on these runs and, to plate some of these runs. And of course, fading the opposite pitcher is, an individual performance, but obviously that's a little different because you're rooting for, just the offense side of the team that you chose. once we get through a couple rotations, of the year, we're going to be able to find out maybe in the first month quickly who the pitchers are that we want to back in the first 5 team totals, and to see who's given up a lot of runs, and to go kind of go back and forth with their full game team total, throughout that time frame. I will say on that example that I just had pulled up on DraftKings, you can even play the first 3 innings. You can play the first 7. So sometimes you think like, hey, I want that little extra. There's a little bit of extra value maybe in just the odds that you want to pick up, that you don't feel you need the full total and you can reach it in just 7. So there's a lot of cool ways to go about it there. So if you're enjoying these videos though, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Here in a second on both sides, there's going to be a subscribe button and a recommended video, and it's going to just recommend the playlist for this baseball. So if you have not checked out the Baseball Betting 101 videos, go ahead and hit whichever side it is. One of them is going to say subscribe. One of them is going to take you to the other videos. Go ahead and check out the other topics within that time, within the playlist there. And then, like I said, in the comments, please do me a favor. A, let me know if you're liking it. B, let me know if there's something else that you think is going to be beneficial, or another topic that you would like to talk about, as the goal is certainly going to be to make sure you guys are winning as much money as you can with baseball, because it's a very long sport and it can be a very profitable sport if you guys are doing it right. I'll catch you guys in the next video.